Guys, welcome back to the channel. And a lot of people have actually requested me to do a podcast on the World Cup. We've got a few different questions. I already know what the questions are going to be, so I don't really need to have a piece of paper or anything. I'm joined by Dom. He's actually a Villa fan, so I'll be nice to him. And you've already saw Liam on the channel. Obviously, he's a sensible one like me. He supports West Brom. But a lot of people have asked me, which will move on to the first question, kind of. I'm going to answer first, then Dom. We'll just go in order, basically. Can England win the World Cup? And do you know what? It's going to be really hard to win the World Cup this year. I think there's a lot of better teams than us. You've got France in there, Uruguay, who've got a stronger attack, I feel. You know, Suarez, Cavani, players like that. You've got Brazil, Argentina, even teams like Portugal, you wouldn't really expect to, you know, they won the Euros. The last time the World Cup was on, Germany actually won it. You know, Germany got a good team as well. There's a lot of better teams than us, but you know what? England, we have to go there to win it. Every team who's there has to go there to win it. I can't see why we can't, but the players just don't seem to like perform together.
Yeah.
So, in terms of us winning the World Cup, I don't think we will, but I think as soon as we get out our group stages, we'll just struggle. What do you think, Nom?
I don't think we will. Nope. Like I said, the team they do well for the clubs, but then when it comes to like actually playing for England, they're just awful. I think we'll do well in the groups. We'll obviously come out of the groups, and then
You can hear my dogs barking.
and then we'll lose to like Japan or some shit in like the round of 16.
Yeah.
It's typical England, really.
Well, what do you think, Liam? I know that you're kind of the you're like optimistic as a fan, ain't you? You like to see us do well and stuff like that. What do you think? How do you think the World Cup's gonna go for England?
It just depends if the players want to actually play, you know what I mean? Like Dom said, they play for the clubs, but they don't really play when it's England, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could you say that it's more of a mental thing with them, like? Or
I think it could be, yeah. It's like I think Frank Lampard said once when we had like the golden generation, when like Gerrard, Ferdinand, all that. He said in the locker room, you had all like the Chelsea players together, all the Man U together. There's no national like spirit there. Like they all just stick to their clubs, and I think the rivalries in the Premier League affects how England like play together.
Yeah, but you could say, Liam, that we've introduced a lot of players you wouldn't normally see. You've got Arnold in there. There's a lot of players who you wouldn't
He's a good
expect.
player.
So it's a fresh squad, ain't it?
Yeah.
What it is England, they've always had the same thing. They can beat the teams in the group, like
We've got Panama, Tunisia, and Belgium.
probably get through Panama and Tunisia easy. Belgium will be tough, but it's like when we play Germany or like Brazil or something. The big teams will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as soon as we get out those group stages, we'll play someone decent and they'll absolutely blow us away. But we have got a good squad. I mean, you got Sterling. You could say he's had like. Would you say he's been as good as he was at Liverpool, Dom?
I think he's had his best season so far, like in his career. Yeah.
Harry Kane, Liam.
Oh,
Just missed out by Salah.
let's hope he's claiming some ghost goals in the World Cup.
Yeah. Even if they don't win it, I know a lot of people who use this joke, but he'll probably still claim it, even if he'll be there to lift the trophy when France or whoever wins it. But there's been a lot of controversy between one of the players at the squad, Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
Obviously, he got a tattoo of an AK-47 on his leg?
It was his leg, yeah.
And I know a lot of people didn't agree with it, but to be honest, I don't care. I know this might sound bad, but me personally, I don't care. As long as he goes out there, performs, does what he needs to do, I don't really care about what he's got on his skin. I know it's kind of bad because he represents a lot of, you know,
He is like a model for
role
like,
model,
young
ain't he?
footballers and that,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I've heard, I think you was talking about it, he actually got the tattoo because of his dad, wasn't it, who got killed?
I heard something about his dad being shot. I don't know if it's true or anything like that, but I heard that.
But would you then, if, for example, if your dad, I'm not, God forbid any of this happens to anyone, but anyone, if your dad got blew up by a bomb, you wouldn't have a bomb on your leg, would you?
First get a tattoo like I have.
Yeah, just dad. But I find it kind of weird, and there was a lot of talk about him turning up to training late, wasn't there?
Yeah, I saw in the paper earlier today that he he turned up to the training for tonight's game against Nigeria. He turned up late, and Gareth Southgate obviously wasn't happy with him or anything.
Yeah, but he's got to show a bit more professionalism, to be honest, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, like, but in terms of the tattoo, I mean,
There's a lot of
Yeah,
controversy there.
but I don't understand though. I mean,
it's his body, innit? I guess he
Yeah.
needs to get one.
plus also, you know, Cavani, when he celebrates, he does like a gun thing as well,
Yeah,
and no
so
one brings up controversy about that. So I don't really.
I'm not bothered. Like I
Yeah.
said, if he goes to the World Cup, bangs in a hat trick against, I don't know, Belgium, and we win the group stages, that focus will be off him for the
Yeah.
tattoo. I mean, like I've touched on it already. We've got a lot of players there who wouldn't normally go. I mean, you got Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was brilliant this season for Liverpool.
Yeah.
I know that Liam, you know, his family supports Liverpool, and I know
Yeah.
you've watched him play a lot. What do you think of Arnold as a player?
I think he's a good player for a young kid, especially to go into a team like Liverpool as well. And show the way he did.
I mean, you could say that Liverpool's defence isn't the best, but
No.
we've got the best out of him and Robinson.
Yeah,
haven't
the fullbacks have been amazing this year. I think if they just get a better centre back and goalkeeper, obviously we've all seen what
Yeah.
Carrier's done in the Champions League.
Put it this way, they couldn't even beat us over 3 games, could they?
we? Yeah, they couldn't even beat West Brom over 3 games. But yeah, like I said, we've got the potential. It's just the team doesn't perform together. And as for Sterling's tattoo, me personally, I'm not bothered. But
Me neither.
um,
So,
another question is, where do you think England will get in the World Cup? Do you want to start, Dom?
Yeah, I think it depends where we finish in the group. If we finish first, we'll have a better chance of getting like not as big of a team.
Yeah.
I think we could get through to maybe quarters if we're lucky. If not, then round of 16 if we finish second in the group.
I think that, I think we'll do really well in the group stages. I mean, I'd take second because, like Liam said, or Dom, Belgium, they've got an awesome squad. They've got Hazard, De Bruyne, flipping Lukaku, Alderweireld, Vertonghen. They've got a lot of good...
Yeah.
Courtois. They've got 6 of those players are like top class players. They're not just any average player. They've got Nainggolan, Witzel. They've got so many good players. Like, do you think that when we play Belgium, Liam, we'll struggle?
I think we'll struggle. I mean, like, can't really see us beating them. I think they'll beat us.
I think second would be okay for us in the group stages.
Yeah.
But like we've already said, we'll probably get out the group stages, get someone like France, and get absolutely embarrassed.
That's the problem.
I know that I think Spain were favourites this year, but I actually think France could do a job out
Yeah.
there. If you see their team, they've got a lot of young players like Mbappe. They've got Thomas Lemar. There's so many good players. I mean, England have got good players. They just don't play together, but they do. They seem to play for the badge.
Yeah.
But like I said, I can't see us getting any further than the quarterfinals. Anything that we do achieve after that's a bonus, I guess. But do you think Gareth Southgate has picked the right squad? No.
No.
I see Liam. Why do you think he's not picked the right squad, Liam?
Jack Wilshere.
You think Wilshere should be in the squad?
Look at him for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal's got no offence to Arsenal, they ain't really got any players who give a toss about this year other than Wilshere.
Yeah, that is true, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Even
Um,
Arsenal top fans say that.
Yeah.
But there is a few like other national teams that have questionable like players missing. You got like Martial and Benzema for France.
Oh, yeah.
Nainggolan ain't going for Belgium.
He's not going?
He's not going.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, I think our keepers are a bit weak. I mean, we got Butland who got relegated. Pope had a good season, but whether he can do it on an international stage, we're yet to
Against better
see.
players.
Yeah. So I don't think it's the strongest team we could have, but I think it's good enough to get quite far in the tournament.
Going on what Liam said about Wilshere, I actually heard something that apparently Gareth Southgate said to Wilshere, if you stay fit, I will take you to the World Cup. Obviously, me and Liam are West Brom fans. Livermore got called up. Well, he got put on standby actually. But in my opinion, Livermore should not be anywhere near that England squad. He wasn't even that good for us. He had a couple of good games for us under Big Dave. Obviously, everyone seems to love him at the club. But I think Wilshere should have been easily ahead of Livermore.
Yeah.
I think it's really unfair what Southgate has done. He's basically lied to him, hasn't he?
Mm.
It's like if someone came up to you and said, Dom, if you stay fit, you can join the England squad. You
Yeah.
stay fit all season, you work hard. He's arguably one of Arsenal's better players, and he doesn't even get called up.
Yeah.
Well, picking Livermore over bloody like Wilshere, for example, it's like picking Sturridge over Harry Kane.
Yeah, you could say that because if Sturridge had been called up into the World Cup squad, I would have shot myself in the face.
I'm not just saying this because I'm a Villa fan, but I think there could have been some Championship players that got into the England team as well. You got like Ryan Sessegnon,
Yeah, definitely.
had a great season for Fulham. Grealish had a good season for us. I'm not saying he should be in there, but he did have a good season.
Yeah, you know what though? Sessegnon, going on Sessegnon, he's a left back. He can play left wing, left mid. He's like the English version of Gareth Bale. You could say he's a bit young, but then what? Arnold got in the team.
So was Rashford when he first played for England, and look at him,
Yeah.
he had a great debut and stuff.
But
so.
that Sessegnon, I've read something about him. Apparently, he scored about 15 odd goals from left back, near enough.
Going
Yes.
next Bale, isn't it?
Yeah, why do you think he didn't get called up there?
Probably because of his age.
For Arnold?
Probably because he's played Liverpool Championship player for
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
that's
Championship
what I think.
players.
It's a bit
Biased.
biased towards the Prem, because you have got. I know that they're probably not going to be as good as some of the Prem players, but why not give people a chance? Younger players could be more hungrier than players who've been there 10 times, because they actually want to prove themselves.
Especially when you look at the England youth teams as well over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
They've won the, I think it was like the under-17s World Cup, under-21s Euros.
Yeah.
I mean, there's good young players out there. We just don't seem to give them the chance in the first team.
So, what do you think will actually happen if, so for example, if worst come to worst, we didn't get out the group stages? What do you think? Do you think Gareth Southgate's future would be kind of on the line?
Gone.
You think it'd be gone?
Fucking definitely.
Yeah.
I agree with that as well, because Tunisia and Panama, you should definitely be in those
Yeah,
teams.
if one of them two go through instead of England, Southgate has to go, and there has to be some serious changes in the England team as well.
Who do you think could come in for him, Liam? If Southgate was to go, he got sacked because he didn't do very well in the World Cup. Who do you think can come in and really change the team?
Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, it's bringing Zidane sorted.
Do you know what? I'd rather have a foreign manager.
Yeah.
You know why? Foreign managers, they play a lot more attractive football than English managers. Name me an English manager in the past 10 years who's done anything for clubs. There hasn't been one, has there? I mean, I'm not saying that England would get him, but managers like Pep Guardiola, they've come in, they've applied their game onto the English game, and it's worked. You can't say it hasn't. Even Klopp, people say that he's lost a lot of finals, but if you actually look at the finals he has lost, it's been against massive teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him losing on, was it 2 weeks ago or a week ago?
Yeah, about a week ago.
Him losing in that Champions League against Real Madrid, it wasn't his fault if you look at it. If Karius had made those mistakes,
Yeah.
they could have won it. And if Ramos wasn't such a dirty player,
Said about him before the game.
I know.
Scumbag.
So who do you guys think will win the World Cup this year? I'll ask you first, Tom.
I don't know. I want to say like Belgium, because I think they're a good team, but I think they still could be considered underdogs compared to like France.
Portugal in the Euros.
Yeah, like you haven't got a big team. Well, they have got a big team, but they're still like underdogs compared to like France, Brazil, Germany, Spain, so on. So I think they could make a lot of noise and maybe go all the way in the World Cup.
You never know. Liam?
Argentina.
Argentina. You think Argentina
I
will
think
win?
Argentina will win.
I think the final will be, I agree with you there, Brazil and Argentina. I think some of the players, what they've got are just a class above everyone else. I mean, you look at the Argentina squad, they've got like Messi, Higuain and players like that. You could say that they haven't got the best defensive options, though, really.
No, I mean they've got Otamendi, and I think that's the only
Garay, ain't they?
standout one for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
their goalkeepers are quite weak as well.
Muslera, was he?
He's Uruguayan. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got like Sergio Romero, who else? Rulli from like Real Sociedad in the Spanish league.
Yeah.
Not big names.
Brazil, they've got Liverpool linked with Alisson, Brazilian keeper.
Keeper, he's a-
Great keeper, made the most saves in the Champions League, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But who do you think will win it? You've already said. Why do you think Argentina?
I don't know. I mean, look at them in the last World Cup. We got to the final against Germany. No one expected it. I just think they're an underdog.
I think they're an underdog.
I think they're an
They're
underdog.
one of the
yeah.
favourites.
No one's really backing them.
Yeah,
I just
that's
think
true.
they could come out of nowhere like they did in the last World Cup.
It wouldn't surprise me if Brazil got somewhere. They've got some good players as well.
Yeah.
Neymar and everyone. But France, there's so many good teams. Even, like Colombia. I'm not saying they'll win it, but they've got a really
They've
good
got
squad.
good players, yeah,
Well,
definitely.
Like, there's so many good players like in this World Cup. I'm really looking forward to see who's going to win it. Even if England don't progress, I probably am going to... Are you guys going to follow it if England get knocked out? Or...
Yeah, definitely.
But not with as much like passion, obviously, because England.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
To
I
be
agree.
honest,
Carry on, sorry.
I'm more passionate about my club, ain't you,
Yeah,
than
yeah.
England.
Yeah.
yeah.
What was you going to say though?
Going back to a point what you said about the English managers with England. I mean, look at Steve McLaren. Didn't get us through the group with the golden generation, so to
Yeah.
speak. Roy Hodgson did awful in the last Euros. English managers don't always cut it, do they?
Sam Allardyce had a 100% win record with England, though.
Did you say one
Yeah.
game?
One
Yeah,
game.
isn't it? Something.
One game.
Oh yeah, bloody hell.
See, I think it was that foreign manager we had before.
Ericsson
Fabio Capello or something.
There's Capello and
and Sven-Goran
I
Eriksson.
can't really remember those times, but was the football better then, or was it?
About the same, to be
About
honest.
the same.
We haven't really stood out with foreign managers either over the past few
Maybe
tournaments.
even if England probably had Pochettino, someone really good who's got a different style of play, I still think we'd struggle. I think it's a mentality thing with the English players.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're one of the highest paid players on the planet,
Yeah.
probably. They're playing in, it is the most competitive league in the world, and it seems like when they come together, there's like a rivalry, and they don't, like you said, they don't want to do well, and a lot of the foreign players, they want to play for the badge. England players don't seem to want to do that.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick 3 players from the England squad, who do you think's going to be the best 3 players for England? I'll start with you, Liam.
Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy,
That's an interesting choice.
That's
I like that.
That's out there, yeah.
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling. Dom?
I'll probably say Raheem Sterling as well, but I think it just depends because obviously he played under Guardiola, best
Yeah.
manager in the world probably. So if he can do the same under Southgate, don't really know. Again, Harry Kane, if he can score goals, actual goals, and not playing them, then he could have a really good World Cup as well. And I think someone like, I think there's going to be a shock like Alexander Arnold or something. He's going to have a good World Cup. I think he's just. I said he's got no pressure on him, like first World Cup and that. I
You
think
could
he
say
can
that he has got a bit of pressure on because he'll want to impress. And,
Yeah,
But at the same time, he kind of hasn't, because I bet he didn't. At the start of the season, I bet he didn't think he'd be in the England squad. But I'm going to go Raheem Sterling. I just think he's probably had one of the best seasons ever. He's back to his old form where he was at Liverpool. I think when he first started at City, he didn't do that well, did he? He was awful, but
Benji, worry a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola's come in. He's told him how he wants him to play. He's told him how he's best at playing, and he's adjusted to it really well.
yeah.
I think again Arnold. I actually think Arnold. I agree with Liam. No, I think Vardy could
I like
potentially
Vardy.
have a good World Cup.
Yeah.
I do like.
His pace is. But if I had to pick 5, I'm gonna go with 5. I'm gonna say Harry Kane, Arnold, Vardy. I think Dele Alli will have a good World Cup.
Yeah, that's
I
a
think
shock.
him behind Kane, obviously both being teammates and stuff like that. I think they're going to want to try and link up really well.
Yeah.
And I actually think, I'm not too sure. I think the younger players, man, like Rashford, I think he'll want to impress as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But friendly tonight, lads.
Yeah.
Nigeria. You know what? I'm not really bothered about this game
Me neither.
because it's a friendly at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
if I had to give a score prediction for it, if we play our best team, we should beat them 3 or 4-0. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I think 3-1.
3-1.
I think our keepers
3-0.
are just not good enough to keep a clean sheet.
3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
But like I said, I think Spain are favourites to win the World Cup. I'm sure I've seen it on a betting site.
They are, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
What apart from England, what players do you really think are out there that are going to be good to watch.
I think Pogba needs to have a good World Cup.
Yeah.
Pogba,
Pogba
yeah, he's got that price tag on him. He's
Yeah.
going to Man United, 100 million. He needs to start doing well. He does well for France, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does do well for the French national team.
But what players do you think will have a really good World? Not English players, you know, like you got Messi. Who do you
Yeah.
think will really impress in the World Cup?
I think De Bruyne.
De Bruyne.
I think De Bruyne will have a standout World Cup, I think.
You know, some of the passes he made in the Prem was
Yeah.
amazing.
I think Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. See, I like Ronaldo, but I think his legs are going. I don't know whether it's because of all that stuff happening with Zidane. I don't know whether Zidane didn't like him, but I just think I think Messi will have a better World Cup than him, I do.
He's got years on him, innit, as well.
Yeah, a couple more years ahead. But who do you think? Who do you think's going to be one of the best younger players in the World Cup? Mbappe. I believe Mbappe will have a really good World Cup.
Yeah.
He's just amazing.
I think Germany have some good youths going as well. I think Werner's still quite young. I think he'll have a good season.
Sané.
Goretzka, Sané, yeah. I think one of the German players will have a good tournament.
Probably someone like Sane, yeah. I think he'll have a good one.
But even if we don't win the World Cup this season, this year, which is probably not going to happen anyway, what do you think we need to... Well, I can't really say what do you think we need to improve on, because the World Cup hasn't even happened yet. We don't know. We could win it for all you know, but if this World Cup goes awful, do you think Southgate really needs to look at the team, what he's picked, and say, why didn't I pick these certain players? Or
He'll take the flag for it.
he definitely will on it.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's that much left for us to say really, other than what we have. We've covered quite a lot in this video. How long does it even say on the thing? How long have we been recording? Can you see?
Ugly face. 22 minutes.
22 minutes. So I think that'll be it for today's video. I think we've covered quite a lot of England stuff. I did say that I was going to get into doing World Cup videos, so I think this is a good way to kick it off. There will be more podcasts because me and Liam really enjoyed doing the last one, but I thought I'd get a different fan's opinion, because obviously we're both West Brom, you're Villa, so thanks for coming on the channel.
No worries, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Liam. I know
Yes,
you're
thank
more
you.
than happy.
Cheers for having me.
But yeah, we'll see you in the next video. I don't know when that'll be, but see you later, guys. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.